Hello, we're here today to discuss the advantages of painting from live models. Now I have Ashley and Sarah with me, two live models, humans, as opposed to still life. You can arrange still life objects in any way you want, and I do take a still life approach when I arrange live models, with this difference. When you deal with live models, you're dealing with a factor of human factor, of the interaction between the artist and the models, and the interaction of the models with one another. My whole premise for painting is to try to capture that one stirring moment that exists in time between human beings, because I believe that in that interaction there's something that's greater than the sum of the parts. So I look for the drama, the engagement, the pitch of human experience that can occur when people come together. And so, to my way of thinking, it's most simply prepared for and created when there's more than one model. Most of my paintings have from 3 to 5 to 7 figures in them. And I can't create those moments, but I can recognize their gesture. I can recognize when the gesture points to a moment. So for me, the advantage then has to do with that intangible, that spiritual quality that exists between the models and between the artist and the model. In painting from live models, also, you have an abundance of information that does not exist when you're painting from static material, like photographs or slides or something off of your flat screen using Photoshop. It's much easier to paint from life. It's not very easy to paint from reference materials and try to make it look as if it were painted from life. But I've made a living doing just that thing. And the reason I'm able to do it is because I've painted in an abundance from live models and from life and still life. And so I have to invent a lot of the factors out of my head, so to speak. But when you're looking at live models, you can see all the gradations of color. You can see what the reflected light does, light that's bouncing off of something other than the main source of light, which is the sun. You can see what the light from the ground does, bouncing up into the flesh, into the clothing, under the hat, or whatever. There's nothing that can replace the human eye for seeing the whole spectrum of color and the whole spectrum of value. You cannot get that abundance of information painting from anything but live models. Okay, so that's it. Interaction between artist and figure, interaction between the figures among themselves, and information as it comes to you from life. So there's your lesson on the advantage of live models.